Greg Medford, eat your fucking heart out. How you doing today, folks? Now, before we get started, as always, we're going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway for 1,000 subscribers, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also, big shout out to all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, everyone who's just thinking about subscribing, even those who absolutely hate me. I love you all, and I appreciate you all. So this is going to be a custom knife from Midgards Messer. Also, shout out to my buddy Dirk Weirning. We got another Dirk buddy. They're going to give you a run for your money. Now, this knife is called the Viking. Now, as those who know me for a little bit of time, they definitely know I studied this stuff pretty intensely, and the whole Viking thing has become kind of a fad lately. So I was immediately very skeptical about this knife, but I did contact the maker, had a pretty long conversation with them. They actually know their shit, and they're not just hopping on the whole Thor, Marvel, Viking bandwagon. Alright, so I'm really passionate about this type of stuff, and I recorded this entire video already, and I ranted about the different Viking mythos and the meaning of the runes and spiritual significance and everything else for a really, really long time. I barely talked about the knife at all, so I'm going to go ahead and scrap all of that. With that being said, my social media is going to be linked below. If you have any questions about the whole Asatruism, Viking spirituality, or anything like that, by all means message me. I will happily talk to you about it all day long. I love this stuff. I've been studying it for the majority of my life, long before this whole fad thing even happened, and I actually practiced it for quite a number of years. So if you are interested in that, by all means send me a message. We can have a conversation. But on to the actual knife. Alright, now for the actual blade itself, we have a little over 4 inches of CPM D2 steel. It has a fantastic heat treat on it and is absolutely good to go. Also has a very crazy grind to it. It's almost like kind of like a knife shovel, like a trowel. Personally, I absolutely love it. Not normally a huge fan of the crazy grinds, but this is pretty utilitarian, and I really enjoy the overall aesthetics of this blade. Now, as far as the overall handle, we have titanium with this beautiful frag texture to it. We also have this very intricate little laser engraved logo. It's actually a pretty deep laser engraving too. You can actually feel it's very textile, which says Midgards family. So overall, really, really cool. As far as on the other side, we have blued titanium hardware, a more plain edge on the back, but personally, I don't really mind it so much in this knife. Normally, I like my knives to be symmetrical, but this one, to me, it just kind of works. Now, as far as the finishing goes, you can see it's a little hit and miss. There's a pretty decent amount of spots and spotting in general for the anodization on the pivot. And this is definitely their first foray into the whole folder category, primarily known for fixed blades. But still, little things really matter. And someone like me is going to put this on camera and show it to all of you. You really kind of want to make it as spot on as possible. Overall, it is still really nice, but there definitely are little things here and there that I have to nitpick. Now, as far as the action goes, that is one thing I will not nitpick. It's very smooth for the actual engagement. It does lock up with this nice, about 10% lockup. So nice early lockup. As far as the actual action, once it gets past this little detent piece, it just glides. Very nice. Really enjoy the action overall. Very impressed. Now, as far as the actual edge, it's very sharp, very solid. It's kind of thick behind the edge, so it's not the greatest slicer, but it definitely does cut. You need to put a little bit of force behind it. But when it comes to actual work, this knife is good to go. So there's definitely that. On top of that, you have absolutely fantastic ergonomics with this very nice finger choil, which is actually blended into the sharpening choil itself, so you have maximum blade length and maximum usable blade at your disposal, which I personally really appreciate. But even without that, just holding it like this, again, I have size 2XL hands. This is a big ass knife. It holds like a big ass knife. It's big, it's heavy, it's bruiser, but it's beautiful, and I love it. Now, I mentioned weight briefly, and the weight on this thing is 12.1 ounces. So you definitely have a big, heavy knife that is absolutely ready to work if that is your thing. If you are into the more smaller, lightweight EDC folders, I'd probably steer clear of this one if I were you, but me personally, it just fits perfect. And just in case, my friends, you are not aware, this is a big ass knife. It's a big knife, but it's a goodie. Alright folks, thanks to the magic of editing, we are now 4 whole days later of use, and a little bit of abuse, because I, surprisingly enough, love this knife. I know I keep on saying that, but my intention was to sort of baby it a little bit. And then when I started actually using it, the more I started to realize how much I love using it, how comfortable it is. I also noticed the fantastic design choice of how this thing is jimped. Like, this jimping is perfect. There's no hot spots. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It locks you in perfect for you to really be able to dig in whatever you want to dig into. And this knife is, man, this is their first foray into a folding knife, and this is what they produce. Folks, I'm going to say this right here and right now. If you're not aware of Midgards Messer, Midgards family, there's this little kind of shop out of Germany. Be aware. They are here, they are coming, and they make cool ass shit. Now, how cool exactly? These are some of my most favorite, most carried, most used knives. And I would definitely rank the Midgard Messer Viking folder among them. This thing blows me away in so many ways. And now we're at the part of the video to where I have to justify to you why you should buy this knife. So to do so, we're going to have to do a little bit of a recap. The overall aesthetics, in my humble opinion, are absolutely perfection. It is a big, wide knife. It is an absolute chunk in the pocket, but if you don't mind that, this is a good looking knife. Even on the other side, you have this big, beautiful, very finely ground and designed for work CPM D2 blade. I harp on D2 a lot, but I really cannot stress enough that CPM D2, when heat treated correctly, is absolutely phenomenal. Amazing action and absolutely fantastic ergonomics, and that incredible, beautiful drop shut action that I cannot get enough of. What I can only describe as perfect jimping, zero hot spots, and overall, this knife really has no major problems. Except for small things like little attention to detail that was missed, but personally, when this knife is this good, I just don't care. I just really don't. I love it. We interrupt your regularly scheduled jump cut for a up-close view of my cat, who decided to lay on the knife and will not move. So I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright folks, we are back, and I just want to take a moment to remind all you knife viewers out there with animals, if you open up your office door, please be sure that your knives are fully closed at all times, because your cat might just lay on them. This was closed, no harm, no foul, thank God. But I had a little bit of anxiety for a second there. And because of, cancel culture, I just want to specify that I was worried about the cat, not the knife. The knife can be replaced. The cat, that's my buddy. I love it so much that, to be clear, I'm going to give this knife 2 scores, right? If this is my personal just review and my opinion, I would give this knife a 50. To be clear, I review things out of 1 out of 10 or, 0 out of 100. So I'd give this like a 50 out of 10. I love this fucking knife. Oh my God, this thing speaks to my soul. That being said, as far as an impartial knife reviewer, I would give it a 9.8 out of 10 because there are little nitpicks here and there, but overall they do not detract from the fact this is a fantastic knife. And if you see one of these available, grab it. It is amazing. Also, this thing is about 280 euros, so you're looking at a little over $300 for this. I have customs that aren't this goddamn good, man. Buy it. Love it. You will not regret it. But please study what these things mean before you do. Also, lucky 13. Woot woot. Alright folks, as always, come to my favorite part of the video, to where I say I love you all. You guys are my heart, my soul, my happiness, my everything. And I appreciate you all from the bottom of my technically I'm 6'8". My gigantic ginger soul loves you. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. Have a fantastic one. As always, if you need anything from me, I'm on social media. Feel free to hit me up there. I will by all means talk to you. No questions asked. I love you all. I'm always happy to show it. Have a good day. And once again, take care and bye.